Yes, what's up, everybody out there? This is your boy ITYC here, chilling for another episode of Live from the Merch Shop. And I'm here with my blood brother himself, the man.
Stickle, Stickle from Stickle Production. Big up the Mo Shop. Big up ITYC. You don't know. Come here to endorse live from the Mo Shop.
Yeah, so Stickle, let's jump right into it. How did you get into music?
But you don't know. Everybody should know the big man, my father, my pops. Stickle, the man from Small Axe. You know, that was the whole reason for the music. I don't know, he inspired man from a young age. So, looking up to this man, you don't know, that was the part we decided to choose and take.
Okay, what are some of the instruments you play?
Well, the main instrument is keyboard, but I also play bass and I also play drums. You understand? But the main instrument is the keyboard.
You say you play bass. Okay, from when you start to play bass?
I basically learned all instruments at the same age, which was like probably at the age of 7, 8. You understand?
So which is your favorite?
Keyboards, because that's the main one. That's the main one, but put them in order, I will put keyboards and then I put bass. The bass is a love of mine too, and then drums.
Okay, so with all this musical talent, what's your greatest inspiration for the music? To create music?
Well, to be honest with you, everything in music inspire me. Everything. Anything and everyone do anything with music inspire me. Once you're doing music for the right cause, that's inspiration right there. No matter how big, no matter how small. Anything to do with music is inspiration. But biggest one I would say is my father. I don't know, watching this man from little child. You know what I mean? That's, the love come there straight from me, so. That's the biggest one right there. My father, big up Papa Stickle along Old Road Massive.
Okay, so you're currently playing in a band. What's the name of the band?
Well, I play in a band called Royalties. It's a hotel band. I've been with the band for like 2 years now. I'm going strong, so that's where I am at this point. Other than producing, play live with Royalties band.
Who are some of the bands in the past you've played for?
Well, the bands in the past, other than Royalties, I played for one band in my past, and that's Lights Out. That's what really started the whole musical career, per se, for me. Everybody should know, if you don't know Lights Out, Lights Out. I've been with Lights Out for over, probably 6, 7 years. So that's the whole band will start everything for me, you know what I mean? The band will bring you the big, I think it's 2007, the big hit Chimblet. That's the band where I start and where I come from,
Okay, you also produce. Yeah, a lot of music been coming out this year, and the airways right now, every minute your name being calling. So what some of the Sinkers Nevis artists you have produced for?
Well, just to name a few, Ketty from the Sugar Band, Jasbo from Small Axe Band, Chubby from Collision, Janos, Mr. Bagnall, Carnival Bass from Collision, Peace Man, you got my boy Alize, over Navy, Stabulous, used to be in Ultrasonics, Styley, and a couple more, but those are some of the names, I worked with it before.
And you want to give us the name of some of the hits?
Well, some of the hits them on the Navy side, I mean by Teblos had this song Phony Friends. That was a big tune for Culture Armor. I think it was last year. And we have run and walk up from Mr. Bagnall from me. Water Pipe from Jasbo. That was the next big tune. Powder from Chubby, another one, you know what I mean? And also the man here, ITYC, yo. Say the Pops Poopa. That was a nice soca to you, groove.
Yeah. So what drove you down the producer's path?
Well, After leaving Lights Out in 2012, you know, after leaving Lights Out, I felt I don't think my music should have, my ideas and all my juices should just be clogged up in my brain. So I figure I have a lot more, I have a lot of talent and a lot of ideas I could bring to the table. So I just figure I can start to do producing. Even though me in the band no more, I can continue making music and give my contribution to the carnival. And that's how the whole producing thing come to mind. You understand? So with that, I just decided I'm going to the producing, make music so I could keep my talent going instead of just sitting down because I leave Lights Out or whatever the situation is. So that's what drove me to producing.
Okay. What's your thought on the soca scene here in St. Kitts? Do you see it dying? Do you see it elevating? Yeah, give your
Yeah,
suggestion.
man, big time, elevating, big time. Right now, I love this soccer thing I go on. I love you. Love where you go on. I love how the artists I move. I'm like, you know, first of all, say big up to the Carnival committee for bringing back Soccer Monarch whenever, couple of years ago. Because without that, we would not have this today. That was the big motivation, and it came with a change. And the youngsters and the young artists and whatever, they see the change and they see, you know, what could be done and the outcome if they get themselves into the whole soca thing and whatever. And for the past couple of years, it's been going great, and every year it getting bigger. You find more people participating, and right now the soca thing is a big change compared to the bands and what we accustomed to. There's a big change right now because everybody, you know, they just want the music to reach and the outskirts of St. Kitts out and Nevis out the federation. So the vision right now was a bit blurry, but getting there. And I personally love how the soca monarch and the soca artists and the whole soca music going right now in St. Kitts. To me right now it's rising. It's not rising fast, but it's rising. Once we continue on this path, it's gonna be a great outcome.
So what you think can help it to improve the soca scene?
Well, me personally think unity will do a lot, right? Unity will do a lot. Everybody need to come together, done with the fighting thing, come together. And in terms of like, you got some certain artists would be like, I wouldn't want certain person to write for me or do this for me. I wouldn't go to that producer. You understand? We all need to come together for we to see the vision. If we don't, then it will be a big problem. But once we come together and unite, Tookman and Sam, they ain't gonna be stopping us.
I feel you on that. Okay, what's your thoughts on the band scene here in St. Kitts and Nevis? You think it's dying or it's growing or improving?
Okay, well, in terms of improving, I would say no. Cause I tell you like I tell everybody else. You find singers from the bands even participating or even jumping on the artist part and into the soca arena. So that alone should tell you, you know, that the band thing here right now, I wouldn't say it's dying, but I think it's stuck. But it could go further, but as I say, you need unity. You understand? You need a lot more unity, and a lot of the mentality we had from before, all of that we need to get rid of that. It's like certain thinking, like for example, what I don't normally say, you got one keyboardist making one album for a band. I think all that should done. Everybody need to come together and do things, you know, a lot more collabs with the band, with band singers and what's not. A lot more work doing instead of everybody for themselves, and then band, soca artists, everybody, the whole thing will rise.
I feel you on that. Definitely. So, who you think will win? I know it's early, but who you think gonna win? Do you think an artist, a band, will be winning the Road March title for the Sugar March 44?
Well, to be honest, for this year, for 2015-2016 Carnival, At this point, it's very hard to tell because the bands I ain't feeling the buzz from the bands them yet. You check it out. Normally at this point in time, you already know who will capture the road march and who will run the road and what's not. But at this point in time, I was telling the DJ, the radio DJ Sugar Bowl that right now the soca artists them kinda killing the bands to me because at this point in time right now the soca artists them they already released and there's not much of the band's music feel missing like before, like for them to drop the album or whatever because the soca artists them right now doing so good. You know what I mean? I just think it's that time for one of them to capture a road match. You understand? I just feel it's that time. You understand? Because the bands them right now, to me personally, need to get the sax pulled up. So I really can't say though we're gonna get the road match this year. It's just left to see. You understand?
I with you. I feel you on that. So, what next coming for you for the Sugar Mass?
Well, it's more work. You know, it's more work. At this time, it's safe to say I already produced at least 12 tracks for the Sugar Mass. Counting. You understand? So there's a lot of work. The work ain't finished. I have a lot more songs I need to finish in the lab. Still more songs to start. So there's a lot more things coming from me. I already have a couple out. You know what I mean? Big up Mr. Bagnall, big up Zay, big up Jazzbug, Katie. Don't know. I also have a project with the man Banks, DJ Winch. It's a soca with him. I already have artists done going to the studio recording the song. It's gonna be a soca project, a soca with him with different artists on it. It's like a first insane kid, so that's a big thing there right now for the soca insane kids. So we need to look forward for that. Me personally looking forward for it. I am excited for it. We don't have Nature B, we don't have LAX, we don't have Mr. Bagnall, Zay. You know what I mean? And a lot more artists feeling the rhythm, done doing the recording, big up Banks. So that alone is a big project and a big thing for the soca arena for this year.
Okay, for those out there who don't know, you do music full time, right? What drove you to make that brave step and decide you're gonna do music full time as a career?
Well, when you're doing that 9 to 5 job, right? You only can do so much when you're a musician. You understand? And my passion is music. I love what I do, and I see at the point where I am right now. I think he needed a break. You know, I needed to break out and go into the music full time and just see what will be the outcome. So I figure I got to do music full time to really see what's gonna happen and what will become a Stickle. Because doing the 9 to 5 just wasn't cutting it for me. You understand? It's a big kickback, and that is a big thing we don't face here in St. Kitts and Nevis for a lot of the musicians. You know what I mean? Time is a big thing for us because we have to do the job, still do music. So it takes a lot out of you. You understand? Sometimes you don't do your job, you go home. You know what I mean? You don't have to. You feel so tired. Your mind ain't working properly. You can't do the music, and you're tired. Your body are tired. You just want to rest. So you don't know. You don't know. Some of the talent you can't really bring out the talent to the full potential because your job, you know what I mean, is very exhausting and it's just taking a lot out of you. So I personally felt, where was I thinking, I was making enough money. So I just think it was time to just do this thing full time. Because that is what I want to be my career. So I just think it's time to do it full time and see what will be the outcome. And just take the risk. I think a lot of people just need to do that in life. You know what I mean? Just do what they love. Take the risk and do what you love because you never know what could happen. You know what I mean? You never know what could happen. You understand? Life is a funny thing, so you never know what could happen. So that is the reason why I just walk out. I'm gonna take it because my job just wasn't doing it for me. It was a big kickback, so I just figured it's time for me to just take my music thing to the next step and see what becomes. of Stickle.
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, that's a very important point to many people out there. Follow your passion
Yeah.
and do what you love.
Big time.
Yeah. Um. Let me ask you. When is the best day for you to produce? When is the best time of day?
Well, I ain't got no time. I ain't got no time. The way how I do music from a vibe, which I think most musicians that's what they do. I'm a vibe. I can't force music. I hate to force music. When you do music from a vibe, you know what I mean? Your juices flow way better. You don't get stumped. Yeah, you know what I mean? No mental block. So I don't do music from a vibe, you know what I mean? And the vibe could come at any time. I could recall being in dances, you know what I mean, home in the hood. And they coming from the dance after 2, after 3 in the morning. And I got a vibe to just produce something. And when I reach home, I sit down and I do it, you understand? So it come at me at any time. Anytime, it could be early morning, late afternoon. And sometimes it's who you do work to, because sometimes the artist who I work with. Just the vibe between me and the artist, you know what I mean? The chemistry, you know what I mean? That alone could bring your juices, make your juices flow, and bring out your creative, character out of you, you know what I mean? So, I don't have no set time. I don't have no set time at all. It comes with a vibe, and that's how I work. I tell all my artists that music comes with a vibe for me. I can't force to do music, otherwise, just won't be good. You know what I mean? I won't be giving it my 100%. I will just be something forced. And I think that's something musicians go through.
I with you. So, when you're producing a beat for an artist, right? Give us the steps that you will start. The strumming, the drums. Well, how we go?
Well, first thing first, I ask the artist for their idea. Whether they have the melody, they hum it to me, or if they don't have the song like construct, write and all that, I tell them sing it to me, listen what they got, and then at the same time I try to build something in my head, whatever beat or whatever, what I think can fit the song, and I mean, and then I start with just finding out the chords for the melody, whatever they have. I find that first, and then I just sit down and mess. And when I get the ideas now, I start, sometimes I start with a beat, sometimes I start with just a sound, you know what I mean? And sometimes I start with just strumming something with a keyboard, a piano sound or something. I start different ways, just depend on the vibes, you understand? Depend on the vibe. So, but I normally start with the artist. Let them give me a vibe. If an artist come to me with just a hook, just a little idea and they don't have a full song, then that'll be the challenge for me now, to use what I got now to just create a whole thing for the artist, a whole song, build melody, whatever, you know what I mean? And then let them flow, let them write to what I have created to check. So that's how I do it.
So okay, so if an artist come to you with a melody, how long, like the time period it will take you to bang out a beat?
Not long at all, not long. As I tell you, if me and the artist will have chemistry, like for example, like me and Mr. Bagnall. When me and Mr. Bagnall do a song, he comes along, he ideas on the line, and same day, within like an hour, you know what I mean? The song's done in like no time. When I wake up, move, all these songs ain't take more than 2 hours to do. One day, not more than 2 hours. Once you have the chemistry with the artist, I find it more easier for a producer to do the work. So it don't take me more than like 2 hours. If it's something I have to really think on, then probably like 2 days the most. Understand? It don't take me long at all. Unless you have something that can keep me back. But 2 days, that'll be my deadline for producing, for making a song. 2 days. And at least have the foundation of the song and get the song, you know what I mean, ready. And then I bring in the artist, then we do the final check and the final work before we take it to the next step, which is studio and do the vocals and what's not.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a next question, right? I know some producers in hip hop here locally, right? they tend to worry about the game pay for the beat than making the beat. Do you operate like that?
Well, no, no. I love music so much I don't really, the financial part of it. It's not really, I don't really stress over it because for one thing, my parents always tell me, even my band manager now and past band managers is never chase money. Understand? Never chase money. So most of the times, yeah, it's a business, and at this point in time, I think everybody know that doing this thing is a business. So I don't try to hop my head over running down people for money, however the situation is. You understand? I just do it for the love of it, and just to test myself. You know what I mean? To see, how good I be musically for doing this and for doing that. You understand? Because every song I do is a challenge to me. You understand? So I don't focus on the money. Never did, never will. I don't think I ever. I ain't way up like that. So I don't think I will ever be like that. You understand? But it is a business. I really need to take it to that business level, take it serious to that level. But I don't do like other producers and just run down money. Understand? Music is a joy. Music is a fun thing. Once you do it for the right reason, everything will come in place. You understand?
I feel you. So have you ever produced for anybody overseas?
Well, been in New York. In August, in the space of August and September, did some work out there. But other than that, not really. No. Just locally and just a little work out in New York. But it is an aim, because you're getting to know people every day. So it is an aim for me, it's a goal for me, which I think is a goal for every producer. Just to be worldwide. So it is a goal.
So and anybody out there in the soca arena you will like to produce for?
Yeah man, somebody from Trinidad. Somebody from Trinidad for sure, and I like to do some work with some of the guys down in VA, like you got them guys Skylo and Styley, and you got Pumper, you know what I mean? And even the neighboring islands, Stacia, St. Martin, Anguilla, you know what I mean? Anybody in the small island, yeah. Even some down in Grenada and the Jab crew and what's not, you know what I mean? Sky is the limit, so anybody
so
work with.
So if somebody wanna reach you, for you to produce something for them, how they could do that?
Yeah, well, you can reach me on Facebook. Just send me a message on Facebook, you know what I mean? www.facebook.com/Stickle Bennett. You can find me on that. And my number now is 869-763-3313. You can also send me a message via WhatsApp. And even have an Instagram. You can check my Instagram, Stickle again. So once you check me to them there, no problem. Send me a message. And you can even email me to stickle@hotmail.com. Send me an email, whatever. Once you link me to them, you must catch me.
I feel you. So any last words you wanna share with us?
Yeah man, I just want big up all the artists them in the soca this year. Soca Malak and in the soca arena this year. Big up all the band them. Big up the whole of St. Kitts. I wanna big up the artists who normally work with me and so without you. Nobody would know who I be. Big up Bagnall Janos, Ketty, Jasbo, big up Peace Man, big up Zay, you know what I mean? Big up Jesus Sparta, a fresh one for this year. You know what I mean? Big up Banks, big up Winch, big up Chabo, you know what I mean? From Chabo Production, big up Chabo. And even some of the artists like big up Simone, big up Lackoff, because I also do some dancehall beats too. So big up Lackoff, go down in Sunny Point, big up Wildfire from St. Paul's. Big up all the St. Paul's crew, because them man always behind me, you know what I mean? Big up my Pops, Cooper Stick, you know, big up my bro, ITYC here, did some work with him also, so. And DJs and what's not, and big up everybody in St. Kitts, you know what I mean? We gotta get this thing to a big level, on a high level, you understand?
I feel you, well. Thanks for coming to the Mode Shop.
Big up the Mo Shop.
Yeah, live of the Mode Shop.
Check out the Mo Shop. Come get your oil on wear, village wear, whatever. You know what I mean? Check the Mo Shop. We have the mixtape, rap. I think the bands and anything local you can find here. I think the bands and what's not will be coming here soon, drop the album. We have the artists, we got the mixtape. Big up the Mo Shop, you know what I mean? For all of this too, because all these men help us to bring this thing to another level. Big up the cameraman Marshall C. Don't know, you gotta big up Marshall C behind the camera. Big up Dara, you know what I mean? Big up the oil, you know. Just check out the Mo Shop, check out the gear, check out the hats, the shirts, the pins, and just support again, support local music, support the local way, support everything local. They gotta get this thing to the next level.
Yeah. So there you have it from the man, Stickle himself, the big producer of the Sugar Mass 44 and beyond. This is by I2IC signing out for another live from the Mode Shop. One love, peace.
Carnival time, them sit down on a premium.